Hello. After a short hiatus, the NATSO Foundation's podcast is back. I'm so excited. I've already had all these great conversations with Nisqually Markets and Warren Rogers and OnRamp and about our new partnership with Reach Across America. It's so nice to be back behind the microphone and talking to all these NATSO members. Today, we're kicking off with a great one from Truckers Paradise. I hope you'll listen in. Thanks.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Truck Stops Here. I'm your host, Amy Toner. You are listening to the Truck Stops Here, the NATSO Foundation's podcast. The NATSO Foundation is the research, education, and public outreach subsidiary of NATSO. This podcast is just one of the many educational tools it creates. And today I'm so lucky I have Dean Ash, the CEO of Truckers Paradise, with me. Hey, Dean.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So I understand that you're on the brink of opening, and I'm excited to hear about it. And the list of amenities is so long. So you're gonna have to tell me everything that you have planned for the location.
Well, how
Mhm.
much time do we have then?
Exactly.
No, I was just talking to a trucker. So we just opened up 4 different restaurants in our food court, and
Okay.
we have 8 different suites that we
Hmm.
will have, and we will be filling those up. So we already have Sabara Pizza,
Hmm.
national franchise. It's
Hmm.
in a lot of the malls and the airports.
Yep.
And so we also have a soul food concept, self-described by the company,
Hmm.
Indian food, a privately branded coffee shop called the Doghouse Coffee, and that's taken because of so many truckers travel with dogs, and we're very pet friendly.
Okay.
So we have made friends with a husband and wife trucker team they travel with 3 dogs.
Hmm.
And then so we got a Mexican restaurant coming in at the end of the month, and we've been approved for like a Jimmy John's and Buffalo Wild Wings Express. So then we'll have also a steakhouse eventually with a bar.
Wow. Okay. So I'm intrigued by the no wait mobile fueling and truck washing services. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So the whole concept is designed to give back a trucker their unproductive time. So even if there's not much of a wait
Hmm.
at the fuel island, if
Yep.
there's not another truck in front of them, there's still time involved with getting in there and some prep time and so forth, but particularly
Hmm.
if there is a truck in front of them, if it's a busy truck stop, but it's
Hmm.
designed, just come in, park anywhere you want to in 186 oversized pull through diagonal parking spots with 6 feet, not 6 inches, but
Okay.
6 feet on each side of the truck. So you
Hmm.
can walk around and do everything you can from a safety standpoint. But we go out to you as if you're an airplane on the tarmac, and we
Hmm.
fuel you up that way.
Wow.
Same same with same with the truck stop or
I have
truck wash.
I've never heard of that. Do you think you're the first of the kind?
I think so. I don't
Mhm.
know of any other facility that's doing that, and it's really designed just to, hey, shut your engine down,
Mhm.
and you can, we will fill you up, so it's not like you're taking the nozzle and filling it up. We are doing it like the old Texaco stations,
Mhm.
back in the 50s, and it's designed to really get the trucker to just relax. Don't have to worry about the grinding existence of being a trucker. Go get a haircut, go take a shower.
Mhm.
We have some luxury showers that are just off the charts that'll be finished in about a week.
Okay.
Luxury showers with massage jets around it. Um, the full-time attendant watching for cleanliness
Mhm.
in the showers. We'll have even sleep rooms that you can rent by quarter day, half day, or full day,
Uh-huh.
that are like a bigger than a pod, like at some airports, but
Mhm.
smaller than a regular hotel room. But it's also about a third of the price as a hotel.
So will an attendant be out doing that all the time, or do they how do they sign up for it? The mobile fueling.
Yeah, so they come in, they're actually greeted. So we're Caribbean themed. So we say,
Uh-huh.
"Welcome to paradise."
Yeah, of course.
And we even have a little bit of a beach area close to our management office and some palm trees and lounge chairs.
Mhm.
But it's designed that the tiki hut. We have some very nice ladies that will come in and greet the trucker as he comes on the property and explain
Mhm.
the amenities and where to park. He'll even get an escort to a good parking place close to the convenience store.
Mhm.
But we are developing our own app that you can
Okay.
go on and say, I'm in K5 spot and I need a truck wash and fill up. And by the way, I would like to have my food delivered from Sbarro. And they can choose from the menu and even pay, on the app from there.
Mhm.
So we're also looking at doing some of the first of its kind mobile fleet payments,
Okay.
where they don't have to go in and use a smart auth or a smart desk type system in the convenience store.
How did you choose the location for it?
Gainesville, Texas, it's right on Interstate 35. In fact, we have an I-35 address.
Mhm.
And the volume of traffic coming from the port of Laredo,
Mhm.
for traffic going to the Midwest was great for the first location. But we have investors that understand that this is just the first of a network of them, maybe about 20 to 25 throughout the
Okay.
country,
Uh-huh.
kind of strategically placed so you can go from one of our locations to the other. And I'm thinking more on the owner operator side, the long haul cross country traveler
Mhm.
driver. But we looked at taking distressed property and repurposing it.
Mhm.
So this is a former outlet mall, Nike outlet, Reebok outlet, shoes. Our management office is in a Van Heusen outlet, in fact,
Okay.
and clothing outlet.
Uh-huh.
So it shut down about 15 years ago
Mhm.
and just started going, deteriorating. We have brought it back to life,
Uh-huh.
and the backside of it has about 15 acres worth of parking. And we're actually looking at another 18 acres to the south of us for additional parking. So we want to be around 400 parking spots,
Mhm.
but we don't have to build from scratch. We just have to renovate and repurpose. So it's a lot faster to get into business.
Yeah. Okay. How did it come about? When did it start?
So I have a dear friend. His name is Patrick,
Mhm.
born on St. Patrick's Day. Uh,
Okay.
he is a long distance car hauler, the 10 car hauler.
Uh-huh.
And he had an axle fire on the road, and he and his wife got out basically with their most important documents,
Yeah.
but the truck burnt to the ground,
Mhm.
and that was their home. They own no home and they rent no home.
Yeah.
They lived there, and so they became homeless, and they lived with me in my home in Dallas for about 2 months until they got back on their feet. But
Yeah.
I got to learn a couple of years ago how gritty of a lifestyle it is to be a trucker.
Yeah.
And so I actually got upset, not with him, but for him, about
Right.
how all the places had been running him off, how they had even been, theft of rigs, theft of cargoes through the roof.
Mhm.
So they've even tried to steal cars off his rig, even though he's sleeping inside.
Yeah.
So he's got to have a safe place, and we've got AI security all over the place.
Okay.
So we've got to give the truckers an alternative and have them treated like royalty. So our intention is to be the largest uh, truck stop and travel center by amenities to the professional driver in the
Okay.
entire country. So we've got about 160,000 square feet
Mhm.
under roof.
Mhm.
And we probably won't be the largest in terms of parking, but again, this is just our first location, so
Yeah.
it's got to prove concept first. So,
I want to hear more about the AI security because we have a whole safety program with the NATSO Foundation. Tell me more about that.
okay, so we have a camera system that basically will recognize and pair the driver's face with the plate and or DOT number.
Mhm.
And if somebody other than that driver is getting into that truck, or if they're using something other than a key, maybe like a crowbar to gain access, it
Yeah.
sends us all kinds of bells and whistles. And then we also have, some designated roving patrols, and we'll eventually have some off-duty uniform and non-uniform police officers.
So
So
usually, oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
I
no,
was
go ahead.
gonna say, usually I ask what makes you unique. It's clear that you're not like anything else out there, so I don't need to ask that. But why was it important to you to be so different?
Well, and actually we had the mayor of Gainesville, Texas come through here yesterday for the first time.
Yeah.
And he was saying, wow, this is so much different, coming into the convenience store.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's not corporate. It's the old rustic looking floors, hardwood floors that were put in 33 years ago when it was,
Hmm.
when it was first built. We have a lot of natural lighting coming in, and we have, a wall that has part of a brick covering that's kind of broken out, but we're painting a truck that looks like it's breaking through that brick wall.
Cool. Hmm.
So we're looking to be just kind of a reflection of who we are, as the leadership of the company. And the other thing is, I think that because you can get corporate anywhere else,
Hmm.
and it's like, okay, I like McDonald's. Okay,
Yeah.
I love their fries.
Fair.
So, and I want the consistency of fries going from one McDonald's to the other, but
Yeah.
I also want some unique things, from time to time. So we're anything but corporate.
Hmm.
And we have taken so much input from truckers who have been on the lot. We've had a soft opening roughly for about 6 months. So we tell the truckers that, like, look, we want to have you essentially be on our advisory committee.
Yeah, like a beta.
This is your truck stop. Tell us
Yeah.
what's really important to you.
And what was there anything like any adjustments you've made because of that?
So definitely clean showers,
Yeah.
and ones that don't have the restrooms that aren't stinky.
Mhm.
Um, the have the steam in the shower from the restroom be properly ventilated,
Okay.
and give us adequate room for our supplies, that hooks and little table that we can put our shaving kit on, things like that. We have them
Oh,
separate.
yeah.
We're big into women trucking, so
Mm.
we're women in trucking, part of that organization. So we actually designate part of the showers and restrooms for women,
Mhm.
and then we have a lounge that's second to none. So that's what that and the sleep rooms have been probably overwhelming. And then they love the idea of a barbershop and chiropractic. So we'll have some of those more lesser available amenities you know, that, truckers, they get out of the truck and they're stretching their back and popping their
Yeah.
muscles and bones and things like that. So
Yeah. What about outside? You mentioned that. Is there anything outside?
in terms of outside of the building,
Yeah, I thought I saw like a beer garden and
yeah. So there's actually four different areas.
Mhm.
One's a beer garden, one's a tiki hut, the other one is just like a dog park area.
Mhm.
But all of them are designed. They have individual tables with the thatch type of umbrellas and areas just to relax.
Yeah.
So counter to the big corporate guys, pretty much everybody else that just wants you to get in, get your basics, and then get on back on the road, get back out. We
Mhm.
want truckers to stay for an extended period of time. And I
Yeah,
understand if they don't have time, that's
for
okay.
sure.
But we want to give them that option,
Yeah.
particularly for their overnight stays, their 34-hour reset, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and so again, we can have delivery even to those kind of fun. Hey, sit around we got 6 different water fountains. We can come and deliver because our app will be geo fenced kind of
Mhm.
thing. It'll
Yeah.
be where we can deliver, a margarita
Yeah.
if they're allowed to drink, during
Mhm.
that time, as well as food and even a cigar from the cigar shop. We'll bring everything can be portable. We'll bring it out to that lounge chair. It's We're hyper focused into treating the truckers like royalty.
Yeah. I always say, there are a lot of people, of course I'm talking about like not truck drivers, but there are people who are in a hurry when they're on the road, but there are also people who just want to stop and like take a breath and like let their kids run around, you know?
Right, right.
And you want it to be easy. So you hit like all my buttons. Like you can be outside, you can take a breath, and the food can get to you like easily. It sounds perfect to me.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. The the way the building sits on the property is actually
Mm.
lends itself very well because even our employees don't park in the truck parking area.
Yeah.
So it's designated trucks only in the back,
Yep.
and then more of the community facing on the
Mhm.
front, where we have a former Applebee's that we're turning into a convenience store and a
Oh,
gas
great.
station for the
Mhm.
four-wheelers.
Mhm.
but it's, and it is, there is a community focus,
Mhm.
but there is a nice blending between, the trucker focus on the back and the front side. And I'll tell you, the other thing is that the, around here, you won't see the dumpsters when you first pull in the property. It's behind a gated area, and it's every bit of thought for being attractive in
Mhm.
terms of the furnishings on the backside, the trucker side is going to be every bit as nice as the front side.
It sounds beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have any tips for other people embarking on a new build like this?
Um, be well capitalized.
Yeah.
It's been, a bit more costly than what we thought, but we've got good, support behind us of, people that are partners in the company that believe in what the cause that we're working with.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than just providing, we really want to make an impact in the industry, and elevate and bring light to the fact that, hey, truckers are our lifeblood,
Mhm.
they're,
Yep.
they're good people. So we're also looking out for, some other cultures that may not be, um, that, catered to as
Mhm.
much.
Mhm.
So, we have, like I said, Indian food, but along that line, we have a foot washing station in our restrooms and showers area.
I think Darren was
Specific.
talking about that. That's very cool.
And it's again, we want everybody to come and really enjoy it and know that, hey, okay, these people really do care. It's not, it's a business. We got to have money. We are for profit, but we do that by caring. And then that's kind of the soft side that you can't put on a spreadsheet.
Mhm.
So.
Now you mentioned a grand opening. Tell me about that.
So we are having 3 different days of celebration. And essentially, about next week, we'll be kind of fully open with at least the basic amenities that any truck stop would have.
Mhm.
But the celebration is designed to kind of gear up. We've got some motorcycle clubs coming in. We have the Veterans of Foreign Wars that are going to be represented. We have roadies, truck stops, there's some of the leadership coming in. So we've got
Uh-huh.
some other influence like Mother Trucker, I believe, is
Uh-huh.
coming in. So that's kind of the festivities, barbecue, kind of light shows and fireworks kind of thing. And then we have one day that's more focused on the trucker side than it is, the community. And then the community is more, other days. So I think it's on Monday, and I have to, I, I, I'd have to go back and check with our marketing director, but it's,
Mhm.
I think Monday, because that's when we have the most trucks, is usually a Monday and Tuesday. So
Right. That makes sense.
kind of when we're having the celebrations, more geared to them, but
Uh-huh.
anybody's available, anybody's welcome at any
Mhm.
time.
Well, it makes sense that you're having an over the top grand opening. Of course, it aligns with that. All right. I'm going to ask you just my really fun questions before I let you go. Is there anything you
Sure.
can talk about that's important?
We, so I think to consider this as a trucker's home, away
Yep.
from home,
Hmm.
and sometimes it can be the closest thing to being at home. So
Yeah.
we're looking at doing mailboxes, shipping, delivery, things like that, and where we would get power of attorney and take people's mail and open it up and send them images of it by email.
Okay.
But I think there's a lot of need for truckers to have a physical address,
A place. Yeah.
notary service,
Mhm.
like that. So I think we want we want them to have fun. We want them to smile. That's my passion, is anything that's travel and transportation related on one side, but then the hospitality aspect of it. We want them to come in and have fun
Yeah.
and tell us what it is, what else, because we're designing other locations like in Arizona on Interstate 10. We
Uh-huh.
we want to know how to improve and be the best. So,
Love it. All right. Before I let you go, I'm going to ask you my fun questions. Very
okay,
easy. Okay.
sure.
Do you prefer to ride or drive?
Drive.
Okay. How do you take your truck stop coffee?
How do I what?
Take your truck stop coffee.
Black with French vanilla creamer.
Okay.
Heavy creamer.
Every cream. Okay. What's your go-to on the road snack?
Um, mm, I got my peanuts right here.
I even have a visual. It's like you knew. Okay, and my last question is probably not applicable to you guys, but it's usually if you were stuck in a truck stop in a snowstorm, how would you pass the time?
I would probably people watch,
Yeah,
sort of like I do at an airport.
exactly.
And I would probably strike up some conversations and find out what their life story is about. You know, what got them to this point. We have, even before we were really open, we were fueling some just on a temporary basis, and we had Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner,
Hmm.
free of charge, home cooked meals, turkey,
Yeah.
ham
Hmm.
for the truckers. And, that's, and it almost brought a tear to one of the truckers because he was hoping to be home, and the company said, "You've got to get this load out." But he said this was certainly a very close second in terms of, how we were treated. So
Awesome. All right. Well, I feel like we're going to talk in a year and you're going to have done even more amazing things. I really appreciate you sharing about it.
thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Truck Stops Here. You can find us online at natso.com/podcast. If you have any questions or want to be on the podcast, please reach out to me at atoner@natso.com. Thank you again, Dean.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.